One time I borrowed my friend's gas grill. While hauling it home, it tipped over in the truck and one of the control knobs popped off and fell onto the side of the road. I didn't notice this until we tried to set it up and use it. The next day, on the way home, my wife Darla and I stopped and looked for the missing control knob. It took a few minutes of walking and searching, but I found the knob. And then right then the story came to mind of the woman in the Bible who lost a coin and kept searching until she found it. Then she called all of her friends to rejoice because her lost coin was found. Now this coin was something of great value to the woman. Well, lost souls are valuable too. There's a celebration in heaven when someone gives his or her heart to the Lord. You can read the story of the woman in Luke chapter 15. There was rejoicing over you when you came to know the Lord. I once met a young Christian man in Illinois. He told me how he came to know the Lord. It seems his boss told him one day that he had chosen this young man to be saved. And the boss continued to witness to and pray for this young man. First, the young man was angry about this, but eventually he accepted Jesus and was glad that his boss had chosen him. This was his interpretation of the verse in Matthew that says, "Many are called, but few are chosen." You know, this is something we can all do. Pick someone you want to see in heaven and start praying for that person. Whenever you see them or God brings them to mind, just say a simple 1 or 2 sentence prayer for them. I mean, it can be as simple as, "Lord, please touch Joe's heart." You may not be the one that actually leads them to Jesus, but you can be instrumental in getting there. Oh, the Bible says one plants, another waters, but God gives the increase. But be prepared to pray for a long time. Now, Darla's stepmother's name was Viola May. Everyone called her Vi for short. Vi had heart trouble and was ill for quite a number of years. When she was having a bad day, Vi would let Darla talk to her about the Lord and pray for her. If Vi was feeling good, she didn't want anything to do with God. Isn't that the way of a lot of people? You know, it seems to be the way of humanity to ignore God when things are going well, and then we turn to Him when things aren't so good. Even Christians are guilty of it. Vi passed away in January of 1986. Darla and I went to Arizona for the funeral. I had to give a graveside service over Vi for her son Will, Darla, and myself. This was a hard thing to do. Now, what can you say to comfort a non-Christian man who just lost his non-Christian mother? I read verses and talked about the coming resurrection of the body, and it was a very sad day. Fast forward to May 2006, 20 years later. Darla and I visited some of her relatives in Tucson, Arizona. We were driving around town with her cousin Carol, talking about the family and old times, when Carol said in a kind of a, "oh, by the way" manner, "I led Vi in the sinner's prayer before she died." I was both stunned and thrilled. I wish I'd known that 20 years earlier. I could have told Will about the celebration homecoming that was going on in heaven for his mom. It would have made for a very different kind of day. Someone who was lost was found. Let me leave you with one other thing to ponder. Christians never see each other for the last time. And isn't that an awesome thing to consider?